We took this back in 1997.
Yeah.
And at the time, we were both squatting in Hackney. So I remember spending pretty much a whole day with you. And then we set up the table under the window.
It was just a very calm, quiet space, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
With lots of colour in it, yeah.
And then Saskia came in, and we put Saskia on that material.
I think it was just a very peaceful process, wasn't it? And she was very relaxed, and we thought we can just put her there in the sun.
Yeah.
And then it got stiller and stiller and quieter. It was very mesmerising.
Yeah, it felt very therapeutic to me.
You were very clear about what you wanted.
Yeah.
And you know, there was a lot of, before you even took a picture, there's a lot of stand back a bit and where you wanted the face.
Yeah.
Where you wanted the sun.
Yeah.
You were very particular about the hands and how I was going to hold them.
And I had the Vermeer book.
Yes.
So it was all based on Vermeer. And that, the painting, the woman reading the letter in an open window. So I chose Vermeer because he sort of highlighted his community, a small community in Delft in Holland. At the time, they're sort of fighting for independence from the Spanish. You were a squatter, I was a squatter. I was trying to sort of give our community a sense of worth and sort of resonate with the art history. And I think you actually chose that particular painting, didn't you? I remember bringing the book round.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I always loved Vermeer.
Yeah.
I loved the quality of the stillness. I suppose as a dancer, I've always loved stillness and that quality of peacefulness. For me, I just loved that you wanted to make it beautiful rather than just a nasty bit of gritty black and white kind of media thing.
Yeah, I thought we lived in a very beautiful, very organic community that needed to be shown to us the world, because at the time we were threatened with eviction.
Yeah.
The letter you're holding is an eviction notice. And the council were going to bulldoze both streets down, the 2 streets we're living in, and they wanted to destroy this incredibly beautiful community, didn't they?
Yeah.
And every time I visited you or other neighbours, I thought, wow, this is such an amazing place that has grown up out of the dereliction of the area where it had been abandoned. I really wanted to capture that beauty.
I don't think people really appreciated or even understood, realised how beautiful these spaces were made to be, that they had been so abandoned and empty. And it was always a sense of, you know, we're taking away from Hackney City Council, whereas we felt very much that we were giving a lot back to the houses, but also it gave each of us an opportunity to do what we wanted to do in life.
Yeah.
And also kind of figure out, I mean, I'm 26 in this painting, so it's a long, long time ago. Yeah. But also figure out who we wanted to be in the world.
Yeah. Capturing that beauty and that sense of enthusiasm, youth and optimism, I suppose. Because I thought it would only be a fleeting moment.
Yeah.
It ended up lasting years, but it is all
That's
over
really
now.
interesting.
So I really wanted to capture that and preserve that, so we had that memory.
I think for me, I look at it and I feel just an incredible pride that I was there, that I made some good decisions in my life. And of course, it's Saskia. She's now the age I was.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, that's
Isn't
really
that incredible?
strange. That's really strange.
That is strange, yeah.
Yeah. You look at it as a beautiful picture of 2 beautiful people, but then you have the eviction notice. So suddenly it's about eviction. So it is very political. You're about to lose your home. We're about to lose our community, our street.
Young baby. Because the exhibition is about the woman at the window and what does that represent, you know, and there's always been women symbolise quite a lot.
Yeah.
For me, there's a power in this. It's a very quiet, it's the moment before the power of a woman making a decision.
Yeah.
And then you take the family with you and, you know, it always has been that way.
This picture just gives us a space to think about how we value people's lives, and as a society, how do we look after each other? How do we value each other? There's a whole question mark about what's going to happen and what happens in society when we don't provide social housing, and that's more relevant now than it ever has been in a way. That's why I think the picture is so great to have in Dulwich Picture Gallery now. So I hope it will keep on reminding us of our social responsibility.